Hello everybody, I'm Dwayne Shigg, and we are almost ready for our simulcast with KLIQradio.com, our new handle. I like that better than the old one, and I'm trying to get this together so I can make sure I see my great guest, but I don't see her on here. That might just be because of the shadow, so you all let me know if you can't see her. Write it up there so I can fix it. Let me do this right quick. This is what happens when you're on radio. You're on TV live. And then we're starting our simulcast in a few minutes. We are. Thank you. And so we are prepared. We'll be starting our simulcast on KLIQradio.com. And so we are seen and heard several places. And so we're going to be rocking and rolling in just a few seconds here on the Encouragement Show. This is the place to talk about your passions, products, and your possibilities. And so we want to tell you to stay with us and share it. Let somebody know. And here we go right now. Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers. I'm Dwayne E. Shigg, and this is the Encouragement Show, the place to talk about your passions, products, and your possibilities. We've got a fabulous show. And I know you're saying, well, you say that every week. I do say it every week because I mean it every week. And so we have a fabulous show. We've got great guests today. And our show is brought to you by my new book, Go Get It, Stories and Steps to Seize Success. There are plenty of original encouragement quotes in here. And there's a chapter in here called You Can't Alter Your Past, but You Can Author Your Future. I like that one. And one also called When the Dream is Big Enough, the Facts Don't Matter. So get your copy at Amazon.com. Just put in Go Get It and my name. And there are some, as I said, encouragement quotes. One of them here I like. It's called Put Doubt Out So Win Can Come In. You like that? Put doubt out so win can come in. Get your copy, Amazon.com. And then in the search engine, put Go Get It and my name, Dwayne Shigg. And so we are grateful that you all are with us today. We have a fabulous show. We're all over the place. We have a triple cast. We are here at Facebook Live, and we're also on KLIQradio.com, and we are streaming at Ustream.tv. And so you can listen to it later on. And we want to make sure that we help you. If you have any questions, we want to make sure you get a chance to have your questions answered. You can hit me up. You can send them to drshigg@gmail.com. That's drshigg@gmail.com. Or you can put them on the screen, or you can give us a call at 323-300-8132. 323-300-8132. And so I want to thank all of you for being with us today. Do me a favor. Will you help me help your friends and just hit the share button? Just hit the share button, because you know somebody that could definitely use and encourage. You fill in the blank. That's right. And encouragement. And so we are grateful for you for being with us today. I want to say thank you to all of you watching. Thank you, my dear wife. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the greens and hot water cornbread and the rice that I had before I came here. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's what I had for dinner. That's what she cooked for dinner before I came to the studio. Greens, hot water cornbread, and some rice. I love fried rice. And so she cooked all of that for me. She cooked that for me, Shelly.
Praise God.
See that? And so thank all of you for being with us. We greatly appreciate it. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Benita, thank you so much. And Gibbons, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. All of you. Help somebody, help me help somebody, and share this. And also, as I said, if you have some questions about goals, your dreams, we want to answer those questions. So hit us up. You can put them on the screen if you do, or if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can put them on the screen. Just put them in all caps, or you can give us a call, 323-300-8132, wherever you are in the country, in the world, and we want to be able to do that. But I am grateful. I am grateful that I have an exciting guest, and she is going to tell us about what she's doing. Miss Quanda Graves, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to thank you for being with us today.
I want to thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All the great things that you're doing. So before we jump into our conversation, introduce yourself. Tell us about what you do, and then we can go on from there.
Sure, gladly. My name is Quanda, middle initial R, last name Graves, but I'm better known by my pseudonym Until. I am an author, poet, and journalist, as well as a businesswoman, and I have a couple of businesses. So that's what I do, and meanwhile, I'm just a creative being all around.
Oh, okay. That name, Until, I read that in your bio. That's an interesting pseudonym name. Where'd that come from?
Well, be it that I'm a word nerd.
Word nerd. I like that. I'm going to ask for forgiveness right now because I'm stealing it.
Sure,
so I'm going to ask
sure.
forgiveness. Okay.
No worries, because I'm still the one you had. Closed out.
Okay.
So Wayne can come in?
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine. Well, I love words, and one of my favorite words, and has always been, is Until. And so when I was 12, I was like, you know what, I heard that there were people that had a pen name. So I said, well, I'm naming myself Until. And the reason why I love the word is because it's so open-ended. It's until forever, until no more, until the sun rises, until it can be put with anything. And I kind of like that, considering that's kind of the personality that I can be.
Open-ended. So that's in and of itself. I never thought of that word as a word of possibility.
Right.
And the
I've
way,
always seen it that way.
Oh, the way you explained it, it's a word of huge possibilities.
Greatly.
Until. And you came to that realization at 12?
Yeah, I was a little weird kid.
Unique.
Okay, let's
say unique.
I was very unique. That's a good word. I was very unique. The way I would explain it is my mother, at this moment in time, my mother is 82.
Okay. Oh, okay.
My brother was 40 when I was 18, and my sister, rest in peace, Nene, she passed away in 2016.
Okay.
She would have been 55 in 2016.
Okay.
So, do you see the elderly that was around me at the time?
Right.
My nephew, shout out to my nephew, he's 6 years younger than I am, and I'm 42.
Oh, okay. So you had a lot of wisdom around.
Exactly, really, really early, and so I had a lot of epiphanies at the age of 12.
Did you know what epiphany was?
Yes, and that's the killer part. Exactly. But see,
I didn't know what that word when I was 30.
But I tell people all the time, when you're raised by a single mom, you're pushed to know more things than you should.
Interesting.
Because the way my mom lives, it was like, well, if I die tomorrow, this is where the papers are. If I do this, this is where you'll know how to do this. I knew how to cook eggs, bacon, and toast at 5.
Ooh.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
So it was like things of that nature. I was very capable. If you could put something in front of me and you gave me the correct tools, I was very capable of executing whatever it is you told me I need to execute.
Now, your mother instilling those things in you for protection, out of fear, for empowerment. What?
For all things, and just being cautious, because we never know what life brings. Also, she was an evangelist, so she believed in being prepared.
Okay.
Even though she knows the Lord will take care of you, but her words was like, the Lord takes care of you, but He also gives you common sense.
Okay.
So that's how she looks at it. Like, He will always take care of you, but He gives you common sense to take care of the things before you. So, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was her way of preparing me to make sure that if anything was to ever happen, I knew how to take care of myself until the Lord would send me what I need.
Right.
You know.
So you don't just pray for it and wait for it to show up?
Well, we pray, but we're doers too.
Oh, so I got to do something to get my prayers answered.
Definitely. Prayer requires action.
Oh, okay.
Because you got to put in the work.
You got to, faith without works, you got to put in the work.
Exactly.
I wanted to, we have different times, we have people to ask us, they send questions in, email or, any of you want to ask a question of myself or Quanda today, you can give us a call at 323-300-8132. But a couple of questions that I get a lot, I deal with authors a lot, and oftentimes they ask me, I want to write a book, what do I do? How would you answer a person, not necessarily specific to writing a book, but I want to start a business, I want to live my dreams, what do I do? What would you answer them? How would you tell them what would you tell them to do?
Well, let's be honest. I love that question.
Okay.
First I got to give a shout out to Shelly and Devontae because they also had me on the Urban, I think it was an Urban Book Festival.
Okay.
It was a panel. And that was the big question from a lot of people in the audience.
Right.
Okay, and the one thing I don't like is when people tell you to go out and do it. You can do it, but they never give you
Say that.
yeah, right.
They
never
that.
give you they don't even give you like the basics to start.
Right.
And so I
You can do it, you can.
Exactly. I appreciate that, but in hindsight, how do I get there? Because some people actually have it in them to know that they can do it. They just don't know where to begin.
Okay.
So I get this question all the time, and my first question is to write everything down that you want to do. Go get you a fresh notebook, a 99-cent notebook, and your favorite pen. If you're a pen person like me. Right, exactly.
Got my name on it.
But write everything down first.
Okay.
Look at the one, whatever it is. If it's all your dreams, if it's all your goals. Some people don't believe in dreams. They just believe in goals, right?
Okay.
All your dreams, your goals. And then look at the one that is able or that you have the ability to do right now.
Oh, I like that.
Right? If you have the ability to do right now, then turn the page. Put that at the top of the page and say, what do I need to do this right now?
Oh.
So now write down all the things that you need in order to pursue this particular thing that you're trying to get to, right? And then after that, once you write down all that you need, turn the next page. Put that same name down, and then put all the things that you need to buy or that you need to purchase. And make a price sheet of it. Do the research. If you're going to write a book for me, I wrote down everything that I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be an author. Okay, what comes with being an author? I wrote down everything I needed to be an author. And then the next page, I wrote down my price list. I need an ISBN number. How much does it cost to get my book on Amazon? How do I go through Amazon to get it published? I did research to find out how much that costs. What if they give you a free ISBN number with, your package? But I didn't want that. I wanted, when you scan my book, it comes up under my company.
Okay.
So how much would it be to have my own company? It costs $35 to go get a DBA. A DBA is a doing business as. Create your company, then buy your ISBN for $35. It's probably gone up a little bit more right now.
Right.
And then start writing. Start writing your book. You don't know where to start? It doesn't matter. Write it, and then you'll start piecing it all together. Okay. After you do that, copyright your information. You know what I mean? Go to copyright.gov. Right?
That easy, right?
It's just that easy.
Right.
It's $45 online. No, $35 online, $45 if you mail it.
Okay.
Now you put your book together, you done copywritten it. Okay. Now what's next? Go find an editor. Okay. If you're not good at spelling, find somebody who is. How much is that? Save up for it. I saved up for every penny and everything that I wanted to do.
Wait a minute, you just said save up for it.
Save
so
up for it.
You can't do it now, but you can do it later.
Yes.
So, in principle, most of those things would be applicable to whatever the goal is: starting a business, losing some weight, being a better, whatever. Most of those principles.
Discipline, determination, drive. Do you want it? It's not gonna fall out the sky.
That's a chapter right there. Discipline.
Yeah. I have that in a poem. Dreams are meant to be lived. No, you can.
Because I was going to use it.
You should. Dreams are meant to be lived, part 2. It's part of a 2-parted poem, and it says discipline, determination, drive. Apply.
Okay.
That's what it says. Okay. Because what I've learned a lot is that people say, well, how do you do this? I just don't have the time. Well, you have to make time. If you make time for your employer, you need to make time to employ yourself.
See.
So,
you making me backslide into kleptomania. Say that again. You have time.
If you have time for your employer, you need to have time to employ yourself. And becoming an author is employing yourself, right? Because you're not selling. It's not. Even though it's passion and it's something you love to do, right? We would like to get paid for our passion.
Right.
One of the favorite people I love in the past is Walt Whitman.
Okay.
Because back in them days, he was a poet. But he wasn't just a poet. He was like a nurse man, right? That's what they call him back then, like a nurse man, right?
Okay.
For World War II.
Okay.
He was that. He was a chef. He was everything. But then he started doing his poetry, and somebody heard him, and they said he should do it. So he did. But eventually, he bought a house. He bought 2 grave plots and 2 caskets, one for him and his brother, off of poetry. Now, we're in these days where everybody and their mom is a poet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying everybody is a poet, everybody's a singer, everybody's a rapper.
Right.
You have to figure out a way to stand out.
Okay.
Right? And then you have to figure out a different way to market yourself to make the money that you're looking for. Am I rich? No. But I have a lane.
Right,
and I
right.
use that lane to make the money I'm looking for. And eventually it is coming. And this is not overnight.
Thank you.
People want Insta.
Right.
They don't want to put in the work. But
Right.
what you don't realize is that even if you got an Insta, you got to work even harder to keep it. So
Right.
it's better to take your time, pace it, and get to the position that you want to get to, and it'll be easier to maintain rather than something being overwhelmingly given to you,
Right.
and you didn't even sustain yourself to know how to take care of it all. Now you lost it all, and you got to start all over again.
And you talked about the work and the Insta. Wouldn't you agree, okay, that if you put the work in to get it done, you know, the first book, the first business, the first product, the first song, first play, the first whatever, if you know the steps, then you can do it again.
Yes, you can.
Right. Because
Easier.
If it was just fell out the sky, your daddy was the president of the record company, so he just put you in the studio. Your mama was over the company that, you know, fed people, so she just put your catering business in there, but you didn't go through the steps.
Exactly.
It'll be difficult for you to do.
Very difficult for you to do because all you know is how to cook.
And there's a business aspect.
It is.
We talked about that last week with my guest. Shout out to Stanley James II. And we were talking about that. And too many times people, they have the creative part, but they don't know the business part.
Oh, not even just don't know, some don't want to. They want somebody else to do it for them.
Well,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is this. This is how me and my friends, we laugh about this because they be like, Quanda, you wrong. But I say, okay, well, can I be your accountant? Right? Because how many people you know have accountants and they be like, what do you mean I'm broke? I don't understand. What do you mean?
Right.
I just spent $1,000. Well, he skimmed so much that you didn't see because you didn't pay attention to your books. I have an accountant.
Right.
You're not going to ever check him? You're
Unless
not going to
that
ever
accountant
double
is
check?
your spouse, your mom, or your brother that you can trust, you won't be in trouble.
But how many people do you know that also have family that has done them wrong? Just because they needed money and didn't have like courage to say, like, I need this, they just took it. Right?
Okay.
That doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes people are in desperate situations. You cannot always just trust someone to. That's what's in this book. Stay connected to your dreams. If you hand your dreams over to somebody to do it and it doesn't come out the way that you want it done, you have not the ability to be mad. Why? Because you didn't stay connected to your dreams. You handed it over to someone else.
Stay connected to your dreams. I want to get to some of these other questions, but I like that statement. So help somebody with that and unpack that for me. Stay connected to your dreams. What does that mean? How do you do that?
People say, well, I'm not a good speller. That's fine. Did you write the book? Yeah. Okay, find an editor. When the editor does what it needs to do, then you're good. So now you're like, but this person said they could publish me and this and that. Well, are you checking them to see if they're doing what's necessary?
Right.
Are you following up? Because at the end of the day, when you wait, he said, well, your book is going to be done July 3rd.
Okay.
And then July 3rd comes, you're like, yeah, my book coming out July 3rd. You know what I mean? And then there's no book, and you're like, well, what do you mean? And he'd be like, oh, I didn't know you really meant July 3rd. I was just, you didn't stay connected enough.
Right. I mean July 3rd this year.
Right. He was talking about 2019. You was talking about 2018.
Right.
Well, you wasn't clear. You didn't communicate, and nor did you stay connected to follow up.
Okay, I like that.
And that's another thing. People don't follow up.
Okay.
They don't like to follow up on things. People are very lazy this year.
Yeah.
Like, not even this year, but lately, people have been, and I don't mean it in a bad way. Like on my Facebook, I think I put a post that says, and this not even me being a Beyonce fan. What I am an admirer of is what people ignore. Is her hard work, her dedication, her determination, her push. She knew she wanted to be number one, and she knew what that entailed, so she did it. I said, people want to slay. They want to be Beyonce. I said, but that chick puts in work. And I said, at the end of the day, please quit looking at just cosmetics.
No, there's some work to get there. And like
there
you said, people
work to get there.
They don't appreciate that, because when you hear the song, when you read the book, whatever. I used to be in the record industry, and I used to go to church with Ray Parker Jr., old school guy, and he let me hang out at his studio before, several times, and talk about discipline. This guy was disciplined. I was in the studio with him, and he mixed a song. He mixed 3 words of that song 9 times while I was there. Just 3 words.
Just 3 words.
Just 3 words. And so.
And that took a lot.
And like I said, he'd been working on it before I got there. Mm-hmm. And so just talking about the discipline that people need to have for a book, a business, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes people don't want to do that. So staying connected to your dreams, that's what you're talking about. Yes. We've got great conversation with Miss Quanda Graves. You have some questions. I know you do. Give us a call, 323-300-8132. A question for me, question for her. Give us a call because this is the place where we talk about your products, your passions, and your possibilities. And we want to talk to you, and we want to get into some of her work. So you've been writing for...
ever since I was 12.
Okay.
I started writing at 12. All of those epiphanies started writing at 12. But I was very good at writing in school.
Okay.
But that's what I talk about in the book. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that was... I want to say cultivated, accommodated at all. Not much, you know what I mean? And so I didn't really come back to it until after, probably in the middle of high school.
Okay.
But like in elementary school, I won like all kinds of essay awards. You know, you can see my report cards that would say she loves to write.
Right.
She loves, which is why the book says I just want to write. But
okay.
Yeah, so I've always loved to write, and so it was like if it would have been cultivated a little bit more, who knows where it would have been. But at the end of the day, like coming back to it, I like where I came back to.
Okay. I see some questions here. You all going to need to write, put them in all caps because it's difficult for me to see these, and I don't like when people do all this, and so I need you to either just call me, or just.
I can't see the young lady.
Okay. Can you see it now?
She said all the comments are.
Oh, I don't know how to get rid of those.
Yeah, we can't.
I don't know how to get rid of those. So.
Those comments. No, you can't say finish.
No, we're not finished.
No, we're not finished. I don't know.
So, I'll tell you what we'll do. Thank you. You see? Okay, we'll just work that out. Oh, I thought maybe that would work it out. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We can do something with this. If that's not the call. See, I'm just pushing buttons right now to try to figure out how to get those comments out of the way. There we go. See there? Da, 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 da. See, I did it all by myself.
Encouragement. You guys encouraged them.
Hey, I did it. I learned something, everybody. And I did it as my princess, my granddaughter used to say.
Thanks, Benita. I
did it myself, Paul. Thank you, Benita. Appreciate it. Help a brother out. And so, because we want to make sure that we get all of this information because she's talking about some real good things, and I greatly appreciate her being here. You just said something a little while. You talked about when gifts are not accommodated. Why do you think when people's gifts, and when you talk about not accommodated, friends and family don't help them, why do you think that is? Or why, well, if you don't mind, why was it in your case or generally? Because there are a lot of people whose gifts and passions and what they want to do, they're not cultivated. People don't say go ahead and do that. Why do you think that is in many cases?
In my case, my mom always worked 2 and 3 jobs, but she always had time to come to the essay contest and the essay awards and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
She was always there at every event, right? But I'm not sure if she knew how to cultivate that because she was never cultivated. A lot of times that I know, like our parents, their generation was to bring home the bacon. They didn't really have time to think about themselves.
Okay.
They weren't cultivated to think outside of go get the money, make sure that everything is okay. They're just trying to take care of family and home, and that's what my mom did.
Okay.
And be it that I was a straight A student in school, it's not like she really had anything to worry about.
Right.
And then I was kind of outspoken. That's how I was raised.
No.
So yeah, right. So I didn't really have any problems with saying no to bullies or like you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, I just was a good kid.
Right.
So then having an older sister, older brother, they taught me to like live my dreams. It's kind of weird too when I think about it. Like how my life is, I never was told that I couldn't do anything.
Well, that's good.
I guess because of the way they were with me.
Okay.
I felt and I feel like I can do anything.
Let me ask you, for the people that are listening and watching, they have a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, husband, wife that is writer, poet. They've got some passion inside them that they talk about all the time, and they say, well, you never support it. How
Do they support it?
how do they support it as a dreamer, as a author in the making, a business person in the making? Because we're both writers
And
authors and word people, dreamers, and Miss Shelley also, we know what it is to need support and cultivating.
Yeah.
So for the people who aren't, they have a husband, a wife, a spouse, brother, sister, as I said, how do they cultivate? How do they show the support?
Okay, well, the way I look at it is, it's funny because I wrote an article that I haven't put anywhere. I've just been writing about this, and it's about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So I'm glad that you asked the question. To me, it's paying attention. Sometimes you may not always have time, right? You can't always have time to just spend with your kids or spend with your little brother or sister, this kind of stuff.
Right.
But what you can do that will make a world of a difference is pay attention to what they truly, truly like.
Ooh.
Right? So if you're paying attention to what you truly, truly like, and in my article I says, if you see that your son or your daughter likes robots or race cars, take them to a race car game.
Okay.
Right? Find out where they make race cars at. Take them there.
Okay.
Because now you're opening up a different world for them.
Right.
Now, instead of like seeing robots, he's learning how to he's playing with robots, but now he's seeing how they're made.
Okay.
Now you're creating your son to become like this engineer or this toy maker, or you don't know what you're creating, but you're stirring the pot of the norm.
Okay.
What's the norm every day is go to school, play with your friends, be in activities, blah,
Come
blah,
home,
blah.
take out the trash,
Right,
do
like if
homework.
you know that your daughter is in love with nail polish, have her get her own nail polish and sell it at fundraisers. Right? Have her go to the little, they have little like clinics and stuff like that where she could play with colors and make her own color and then put her name on it.
The creative part.
Exactly.
Stirring the pot.
These things help them kind of like think outside the box, outside of what's the norm.
Okay.
So even if she was like, well, mommy, I don't really care about that, you cultivated that a little bit, but that also opened her up to think about something else in a very different way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
mommy, I like notebooks. I want my face on notebooks, so take her where she can go customize her notebooks and see how that plans out for her. It's just about paying attention to what they like more than the rest.
Okay.
You
Pay
see what I'm
attention to
saying?
what they
Just
like.
pay attention, and then once you see that, you may not always have the time. There's nothing wrong with that. We're trying to take care of our families. The cost of living is high.
Right.
We're trying to get the job that pays well. You know what I mean? We're just trying to soar. But we want our kids to have that idea. Like my mom was an entrepreneur. To this day, she's still an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And that cultivated me in a very different way.
Okay.
She always had money on the side, and I'm not talking about like just being a hustler. Like that's how my eyes got open to different pens. Because one day she came home and she had all these beautiful pens. Oh,
Like
Mr.
writing
Dr.
pen?
Shigg, yes.
Oh.
They were fancy antique pens. And so
Oh.
I grabbed one, and I'm like, oh, let me. And she said, no, baby, you can't play with those. But I was like, but mommy, I love pens. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
I'm young,
right.
so she's like, that pen is $800.
Ooh.
And she had about 4 or 6 of them, and they were like $800 a piece
For a pen.
for antique pens.
Antique pens. Okay. I got
said, oh. Right, so I said, well, can I write with it just to see what it writes like? Like, you know what I mean? Because you used to all these pens at school, and they're pretty and colorful, and you got your little zipper patch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but she said $800. You want to see what an $800
What?
ink
Exactly.
What an $800 ink look like, right?
But see how it opened my mind? Because now I
Exactly.
want to see how it writes. It's
Exactly.
just pretty, but I want to, what is an
That
800?
pushed you beyond just what was pretty.
She had her own company.
Okay.
Every time, and the way my mother dispersed money, I'm in love with it. I do it now to my friends, to my family, to like the way she dispersed it to us.
Okay.
I do it to. I will always come home with a white envelope. It was a certain payday, and everybody gets a white envelope. You don't need to know what Shelly got. You don't need to know what Dr. Shigg has.
Okay.
Just know that you
It's
got
his
your
name.
envelope.
It got like Dr. Shigg on it.
Right.
Shelly is all SH. You know what
Right, all
I mean?
looking fancy, right.
And it's pretty.
Okay.
And everybody, wherever
Wrote it with
they,
$800 pen.
it's probably so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. And so when I would open it, it was like I was having a payday because that's the way she gave my allowance.
Okay.
You know. And then after that, I just told her I want my own job. She said, you're 12 years old. You don't have to do that. I said, but you get up and you go get your own money. I want to get up and go get my own money.
We've got some young ladies coming on the show next week. They make their own jewelry. They're 11 and 14.
See?
Yeah, and they started when they was 9.
See?
So we'll talk about that next week.
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. Let me take a break right here talking about putting in the work and paying some bills. I've got a sponsor I've got to talk about and help you. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter the most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while, well, you're living. So give Paul, your New York Life agent, a call. Paul can help you build a solid future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach Paul at 562-283-9045, 562-283-9045, or look for him at newyorklife.com/agent/PDOZIER. Paul Dozier, New York Life. And we are continuing our conversation with Miss Quanda Graves. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, you can give us a call at 323-300-8132. And I trust that, well, if you're listening and if you're a dreamer, I know we've said something that's helped you and made a difference in your life. I want to talk about your book and your, I want to get to these cards. Now, you make greeting cards.
I do. I have my own greeting card line.
What's the name of the line?
Okay, so it's called, the company is called QS Simple Treasures Greetings and Collections.
Okay.
And the greeting card line has different collections. So that's what they're about. So one collection is called Sometimes I Wish. There are 6 in this one collection. They are hand-drawn, illustrated, and they have a short. Each one is hand-drawn, illustrated. And so the next collection is called the Why Don't Bright Idea Love Series. And they each have, the Sometimes I Wish has 1 illustrator. Shout out to Kendra Zager. And then the second collection is the Why Don't. Shout out to Ashley Quash. She did the illustration for the 4 in that collection. Okay. And so I'm having one coming now at the end of June called I'm Sorry, and it'll be 6 in that collection. So it's not really geared to holidays. It is basically about celebrating somebody every day, all the time.
Okay, can I read one?
You sure can.
Okay, this is from the Sometimes I Wish collection. I was the flower to make you smile, the sun to brighten your day, the fragrance in your aisle, the kiss that makes you say, I love you. Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
You wrote that?
I did.
I like that. So where do the I know it's a crazy question. Where does the inspiration come from? Incidents, events, just comes to you? Or what?
You know what? Yes, I'm inspired by all kinds of things, right? But writing, everything that I do, because people say, I see you do many things. I said, I do. And I said, and I know is geared under the whole collection of Quanda Significance, that is the parent company. So everything is underneath that, right? So you'll have QS Simple Treasures Greetings and Collections, Black Swan Publishing, Poetry for Every Occasion, Until TV, QS Images. All of those are mine, right? But believe it or not, even though they're very different companies, they all stem from writing. I love to write. Yeah. I have my own cup collection, but I created those cups because I love the quotes that are at the bottom of them because they're very uniquely designed.
That's the next thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get some of my encouragement quotes put on, I want some encouragement cups, if you will.
Nice.
Mugs. And so maybe you can help me in terms of how to go about getting that.
I would love to help.
I appreciate it. That.
That way I can drink my coffee and my tea and be
You can be encouraged that you drink
encouraged that you drink it. Okay. Encouragement tea. I like that.
Hey.
Mint tea is my favorite, so don't knock it till you try it.
And I'm going to ask you about that. I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that. Collaborating right here.
It's right there. Encouragement tea.
Now, I saw that when I was looking at your, your body of work, your information. Dream. Can I see that?
Yes, you can. It's just an empty box.
I know, but it's dreams are meant to be lived. And this is a brand tea that you have.
Yes. But I created the tea. I designed the flavors and had the.
You mean you created the name for the tea?
No, I had the tea made. I told them, yes, I told them what the flavors I want, and I created the ratio because I don't know if anybody ever created that flavor. He said, no, not that I know of. And I said, perfect, this is what I want. And they sent me samples for like a year until we got it right. And I couldn't get it right, so what I did was I went online. That's another thing, research. That's what I'm saying.
Research,
so I did research to find out what ratios and how much I want, how much of this, because the tea is comprised of peppermint, jasmine, and strawberry. Exactly. And most people be like, well, I said, no, you're thinking that the peppermint is going to overpower.
Right, that's the first thing I thought.
I did not want peppermint to overpower. Those are 3 of my favorite flavors of inspiration. Smelling them does many things to my mind.
Okay.
Because I also love aromatherapy. I'm not crazy into it, but I love smells, you know what I mean, fragrances that inspire you.
Okay.
And I wanted something that will inspire you the same way the poem does.
Okay.
So it's named after my poem, Dreams Are Meant to Be Lived.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted flavors that inspired the way the poem does.
Greeting cards, tea, spoken word, books,
journalism,
cups.
I've always wanted my own little Hallmark. I started off with small little dreams, right? First I was like, I want things to be in Hallmark. So one day when I get older, because I love the fact that they made an idea off of, to me, I felt like that is who I am. I am the epitome of Hallmark. I love giving.
Okay.
Right? They made a store and they made a name off of being considerate. Right? Buying cards. It started off as postcards and people were complaining. They started in 1910. I'm a big Hallmark fan, right?
Okay.
So they started in 1910 and it's a generational company. Okay. And then when I got older, I was like, okay, now I can't have stuff in there, so maybe I'll just have stuff in there with my quotes on it as a poet. Because I was really, really moving kind of high in the poetry world back in them days, right? Before something tragic kind of happened, right? So I was like, that's my next move. But then the beautiful, amazing mother of all poets, Maya Angelou, she had that it was announced. And I was like, I didn't get discouraged. What I got was happy because I knew I was on the right track. I knew that my mind, she had accomplished something that no poet had done at the moment for me.
You're on a roll. Let me jump in here because I want to ask you a question about something you just said to help the people. You said that she already had that, but it didn't discourage you.
No.
Oftentimes when people have an idea or part of their dream, they find out, well, that part can't come to pass because somebody already did it or is not, worthy or whatever.
Because she is what I'm working to be, right? She's already cemented herself, so that was something well deserved and something that should, of course you should have. Right.
So how did you, and to help the people that are listening and watching that could be stuck because somebody else had their idea or whatever the case may be, how did you move beyond that, or how did you not get down? You took it as a plus. How did you do that? What would you say to somebody to help them do that?
It was funny too because when that happened, I was at work. When the announcement happened, I was at work, and somebody said, well, it's Maya Angelou. Of course she would have it before you. Like, real negative. You know what I mean? And I started laughing. I said, well, she's not the end-all, be-all poet. And that doesn't mean that just because they have one poet, they won't have another.
Okay.
So pushing through, to be honest, of anything, my mind is wired a little differently. I never look at things negative. I am a positive person.
Okay.
I always see the silver lining of a cloud.
Okay.
And that's just my disposition, period.
Right.
So I could be going through major, and I still wake up like, hey, everybody. But it just comes from, I don't know, I pray a lot too.
Who had a situation where, their idea got stuck or somebody did it first. How would you help them what would you say to them to do what you did, to keep going?
Make their mind a navigation. It's time for a new route.
Okay.
Find a new route. This person hit, basically, so you know you can accomplish it now because the biggest person already accomplished it. Okay. Right? So you know that you're on the right path. Okay. Right? Because that means your mind is where that person is.
I like that.
Right? Okay. So now you're like, okay, well she did that idea. What can I do next that would be very different from her and that would be very big that way?
Ah,
You see
so
what I'm saying?
use it as a guide.
A guide.
Okay.
Reroute yourself.
Reroute yourself,
Yes.
just like GSP.
Do you mind? Reroute yourself. Rerouting.
I didn't change the destination. I
Nope.
just changed how I got there.
Exactly.
Okay. That's good. That's good. You were mentioning many of the different things that you do, and there are people that are doing a lot of different things. I'm a writer or a speaker, or a teacher. Matter of fact, I think in a couple of months I'll be teaching at one of the local colleges here.
Nice.
And,
Congratulations.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And like I said, writing and public speaking. But what would you say to somebody to help them avoid two things, being oversaturated or burnout, because you're doing, quote unquote, too
many things.
Yeah, too many things.
So shout out to Maisha, because we both kind of have that same kind of idea. She used to be a co-host of mine, but we're good friends. We do a lot of things.
Okay.
And people would be like, we are all over the place.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, it seems like that to you guys because you don't see our vision.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
My husband, he's like one of my biggest cheerleaders, and he's a big supporter.
Okay.
But we didn't always see eye to eye like that.
Right.
Okay? Because he would be like, I had him make all kinds of logos.
Okay.
Now, can you imagine from a man point stand of view, he's like, you're not even going to use this. And
Right.
I am. You don't think I'm going to use it. But we have no money at this moment. All I can see is the vision. This is what I want.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so he would make it for me, but it would be like, she doing something again. You know what I mean? Basically, she just loosely around this.
Right. That's explaining to do.
So what happened was now it's all come together.
Okay.
He can see the vision. And so like I tell Maisha to tell people, look, they can't see your vision. You know what I mean?
Right.
So tell people, well, you'll understand it at the end of the result.
Okay.
Because you're not burned out. Your body is giving you what you're capable to handle. Your creativity is leading you where you need to be going.
So what someone sees as oversaturation, scatterbrain, oversaturation, may not be oversaturation.
No, it may
you're just
not be.
working on this, working on that.
Now, if you see a person that is, now I have friends I'll go back and forth with where I feel like they're doing everything, but it has no, there is no center.
Okay,
there is no core.
Gotcha.
That's when you're burning yourself out and you're saturating yourself, right? Because you don't have a destination.
Okay.
There's no destination core of anything.
Okay.
Whereas when you see me, you'll see Quanda Significance is the parent company, and everything that I do, it goes right back to the center of writing.
And
everything.
Would you say that would be a good visual, not just mentally, but maybe on the wall somewhere for somebody to have?
Most definitely. I have it at my house.
Okay.
I have, when I write it down, I don't have a vision board, which is something I probably should have, but I don't work that way.
Okay.
I just work by writing down lists. I'm a big task list person, and I check off everything that needs to be done.
Like I just did with this question.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like that. I write down everything, and I put it in a way that I understand it.
Okay. Okay.
You know, and sometimes I didn't know how to put all this stuff together either. So it did look like it was all over the place. And I talked to a friend of mine, shout out to Thomas Bodie. He was like, you need to be able to compact it, to put it all in one place. Because right now it just looks, he said, I know you. Like, you know what I mean? But it looks, and I said, I don't really care about how people are viewing me. But at the one point, you do have to care because you want this person to buy your book, right? You want this person to buy your tea, right? You want this person to buy your greeting cards. So you don't want to look all over the place. What you want to do is stabilize yourself. Put it all in one spot so people know everything about what you do. So when people go to QS Simple Treasures Greetings and Collections or qssimpletreasures.blogspot.com, everything is on that blog.
Excuse me. Y'all see how she just did that? People listening and watching, see how she just did that? That's good. That's what you're supposed to do. She was answering my question and she slid that promo in there just like that. She gets an A. You see how she did that? Oh, I gotta learn how to do that like you did. That was smooth, Quanda. That was smooth. That was smooth. I like that.
I learned. Learning.
No, you learning. You're not learning. You teaching that because you did. That was smooth. I'm sorry for interrupting. I just like the way you did that.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. I want to talk about this. The book. The book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the book.
What's the name of the? Give me the name of the book.
Okay. The book is called I Just Want to Write.
I just want to write.
Yes.
By Until. I'm still, that name is incredible.
Yes, by author and poet Until.
Okay, so it's a book of poetry?
It is a book of poetry, but it's written in 3 transitions. The first transition, I don't like chapters because I feel like chapters, it's funny, I like Until, but I don't like the word chapter. I feel like it's never ending and I'm going to die because I'm not a voracious reader. As much as I love books and I love to write, I'm not a voracious reader at all.
Okay.
So it's written in 3 transitions and it just flows. The first beginning is talking about how I even began getting started in poetry.
Okay.
Just being a late bloomer.
Okay.
That means I'm a poet, right? And then all of a sudden, when I got introduced into the world of poetry, I didn't realize it was a world full of, I'm a poet too, and I do this too. And now you're in an arena of other poets, and you see so many different styles, and you thinking that you have your own, and you're not even, like you're learning your own, and you're trying not to, you don't want to emulate anyone, especially me. I can't stand copycat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was just like, okay, well, you know. And so that's what it talks about. And then the second transition talks about staying connected to your dreams. Okay. Even though you're a late bloomer, it doesn't matter. There's time for you. Still, don't go by time. You know, I hear people say, oh, well, I'm too old for, I can't stand that, because if my mother's 82 and I just taught her how to text and email, I don't understand what your problem is. You know what I mean? Because she'll text me a whole freaking paragraph. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, the first time she did it, I said, Mom, is somebody texting there with you? She said, no, it's just me. I said, I just taught you like 3 minutes ago.
She had stuff stored up to say, huh?
So that's the second transition. It's to stay connected to your dreams, push forward. Nobody's going to work harder for you than you.
Okay.
Except for the Lord, of course.
Right.
But I'm saying He gives you common sense, like my mother says.
Right.
And then the third transition is about wordplay. I just like to have a lot of fun with words. Basically, I talk about like my pen's position, leaf sheets, drunken spill, pour again, the inventions, my adventurous pen, what is it? My life as a sheet.
As
the sheet. So basically, I am writing a poem as the sheet of paper, talking about its life.
Oh, interesting.
Right, the pen is interviewing the paper, and the paper was like, I knew somebody was gonna one day ask about me, and this is my life.
Oh, I like that. I like that. So, who is this book for? Writers?
You know what? I would say it's for, well, what you say? It's for dreamers, doers, believers, and goal getters.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's for those people. Okay. People who aspire to do something and don't have inspiration to be able to do it. And that's what that book is. My daughter actually, my bonus daughter, she read the book and she was like, I never knew, first of all, she said, I never knew it was so many rhyming words for words. She was like, that's amazing. And then she said, it's kind of cool to say that I have my stepmom who actually wrote a book, right? And then thirdly, she said, you are right. She said, this was her words. She was 19, I think, when she read it. She said, you are right. Nobody's going to go for my dreams but me. And she said, I have to do that. And so that inspired her to push, to go further. And it inspired other people too. I have this one thing that you talk about, like your quotes.
Right.
There's one that I like to read this one little part.
No problem.
If you don't mind. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Destiny.
Yeah, read that one.
Okay. It's just the intro. It says, you're blessed when your gift chooses you, but you're destined when you choose it back.
That part.
Oh, one more time, because I like what you said.
You're blessed when your gift chooses you, but you're destined when you choose it back. So that lets you know, you see what I mean?
Yeah, you're destined.
You're destined.
When you choose it back.
When you choose it back.
So
it's called destiny.
It makes me think of the song by Teddy Pendergrass. It's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back.
Oh my God.
But that says it right there. You're destined. You're destined when you choose it back.
Yep.
So you can be, it can choose you.
Right. But you can ignore it all day. People ignore their gifts all day, right?
All the time. What do you want people to get from this book?
Inspiration to move forward, to learn how to be independent and be free. Have a freedom about yourself to do it. Don't be held captive by other people's thoughts and visions of you, or their projections of what they think you should be doing, or if I was you, I would do this. Some people can give you guidance. I don't mean that. I just mean people who are in your life. You ever seen somebody who be like, oh, you wrote a book, go get it? Dr. Shigg, you know what? I like this, but you know what you should have did? You know
right.
You should have did it.
Yeah,
like, don't tell me, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't have
After all the hard work, you
gonna tell me.
Right.
What did you do? What did you do? You know,
Right.
you don't mean to be like that, but it's like that. So, like, for instance,
sometimes I think that, and then I have to ask for forgiveness because
me too. Exactly. I'm like,
you
well,
trying to tell me? Right.
But this freedom is this one little part, and it says, someone asked me, why are you always happy? What are you doing to have such a wonderful smile on your face? I replied, I learned at an early age not to let others consume, control me, or try and mold me. I set my own rules and have created a pamper me day. They asked, what does that consist of? I replied, when I go home, I run my bath, fix a platter of my favorite fruits, fix my favorite drink, take it all in the bathroom and set up for my favorite music along with my bath table and write. I stay in there for hours without answering the phone. When I come out, I have relieved my mind from the stresses of the world today and have revived myself for tomorrow. Everyone needs their own time in order to be who they truly are. I am who I am, and that's all that I am. Happy and free until no more.
My. Happy. What, if you can give it to us in a capsule, what precipitated that? What motivated? What caused that poem? Because it sounds like it's a lot of stuff in there.
You know what? I was going through a lot. Like, I've always been a giver, like we said. But see, a lot of times when you're a giver, sometimes you're not paying attention to who you give it to. And so people just be take, and then you find yourself running on empty.
Right.
And so there's no reciprocation. And the reason why you're looking for people to reciprocate that, right?
You
but it's
pass
not
the tray
their
after
job.
that statement. I got to give you an offer, so I got to find some money.
But it's not their job really to reciprocate. It's not. It's your job to continue to keep yourself filled. Okay? Because you have to take care of yourself. You're looking for people to take care of you when you're expecting them to reciprocate. What it is you need to start paying attention to who you're giving to.
But I did stuff for them, shouldn't they?
Yeah, that's what they think, right? But if you know Shelly's a bad person, quit giving to her.
Oh, okay.
Because she's just going to keep taking and taking and taking. It is your job to pay attention to your intuition. How do you pay attention to your intuition? Spending more time with yourself, praying, reading the Bible, fasting a little bit, getting time alone to yourself so God can speak to you through your stomach, your intuition, to say, Shelly's not a good person. You need to relieve her as a friend. So now, relieve her as a friend. And so now you got a new person. Right? I have Dr. Shigg now. And Dr. Shigg was like, can you do this for me at my church? Can you do this for me at my church? And then one day I said, Dr. Shigg, I need you to speak. Oh, yeah. For as many times as you spoke in my church for me, see, he gives back. Okay. So there you have a give and take relationship. It's 50-50. It's no longer just taking. So it's your responsibility to take care of yourself, to stay mentally healthy, and to make sure that you keep God in your life so he can always speak to you to tell you who you should be giving to and who you shouldn't.
See, when I do that, then that makes me responsible. I can't blame nobody.
Oh my God, you don't want to be responsible.
See, I'm responsible. Now I can't blame. See, now I can't blame the people when the book don't go well, when the business don't go well, when nobody buys the encouragement cups. I can't blame nobody.
Oh, it always has to be someone else.
It's not. So you making people responsible and all that kind of stuff.
Most definitely. I had to be. Why can't anybody else?
I like what you said. Pay attention to who you give to. I want to talk about real quick. You have the book of the week club.
Until's book of the week.
Until's book of the week.
So what that is just shout out to Shelly, Devontae, Thomas Bodie, and Wolfgang Productions, and California Crusading Newspaper, because Until's Book of the Week started as just like a radio segment. Okay. It's only a 1 minute segment, really, like 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay. And I just share about a book that I came across, what it means to me, how I came across it, or if I find it interesting, intriguing, whatever that case may be. Okay. And I share it. I let them know who it is. Exactly. So it would be like, hey everybody, this is Until, and you're listening to Until's Book of the Week. Have you ever wanted to know how to, seize your success? Then you would pick up Go Get It. Okay. Stories and Steps to Seize Your Success by Dwayne E.
That was good.
I know. And so Shelly, we all used to have that segment, but then from that segment it turned into a column.
Okay.
So I charge people just a small fee to be able to advertise their book to my listeners and readers and things of that nature.
Where is this done?
California Crusader newspaper, calcruisenews.com, and then Until's Book of the Week blog. So ubow.blogspot.com. Until's Book of the Week.
Until's Book of the Week. Okay.
No different than Until's Coffee Notes and Quotes.
And that's the next thing I was going to ask you about. What is all that? What is that about?
I love coffee. I love tea. And I don't ever see like quotes and stuff that I really like for coffee sometimes. So I just wanted to create it. And now I use some of those quotes and I sell them on t-shirts if I want them. That's it.
A quote for coffee?
Coffee and tea. So it's called Until's Coffee Notes and Quotes. So like one that says, it smells so good. And that's exciting.
Okay. Now, what that does for me, that talks about the creative process, and I'm trying to find the right words. You can create something that will be attractive to just about anybody. I mean, you created a focus, a thought, something to put on t-shirts, something about coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people think it's just latte, whatever, the grande coffee, whatever that's, because I don't drink coffee. So, but most people think it's just coffee. But you've created something more around it. And what I'm trying to say is that it is amazing what you can create and the areas you can go into when you just
think about
it.
You know what? I think what saves me is that I don't think about what other people would think about it. Like, I wouldn't say, hey, Dr. Shelley, what do you guys think about Until's Coffee Notes and Quotes? I won't do that. Because I just want to do it. I don't want to, and you guys may be like, that's a great idea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When she first started this, she sent me some stuff or whatever, and it was some pictures. I was like, I really like this, and she said, I haven't written anything yet. I said, but the idea is what I like.
And that's what I'm trying to say. The creativity, the fact that that's a creation, that you would even think that, and there are people listening and watching that have a creation or idea about something that doesn't seem quote unquote normal.
Right.
And so they sit on it, but if you created it, put it out there, and
get your paperwork in order, but put it out there. Yeah, because you know what, and don't think about what anybody, like somebody said, well, Quanda, somebody said my name for my business isn't this. Should I? I said, I'm not the one to go by. And she said, why you say that? I said, because if it feels good to me,
right,
I'm doing it.
Right.
Like, I don't get, like, the only time I get advice, shout out to Thomas Bodie, especially my husband, like,
right,
if I'm doing something, I'm just gonna do it.
So does that say that you don't have people that you bounce things off? Because I have a few people that I bounce things off of.
Yeah, I have those people because they're already doing something.
Okay, I got
They're
you.
established. Like, for instance, so my husband, he already, he has a job, but he's a graphic designer. He's my graphic designer, the Corbro Designs, right?
Okay, shout out.
And but I need those two people to bounce things off of.
I got you.
Because they know how I work. I would not do that normally if they didn't know me like that.
Okay.
When it comes to me, I'm gonna do what I feel, how I like, what I want, the way I want to do it.
Chips fall where they may.
Yes,
okay.
Because it's just the independence of believing in myself to do it. Whoever likes it, likes it. Like somebody was like, "What if you don't sell not one book?" I said, "I don't care. Whoever is like me will gravitate to me." Right. People who are dreamers and doers and go-getters and stuff like that, then you'll like this book. If you're not that, you won't like this book.
If you don't like,
and even if you are, you may not like this book. This book may not be for you. But I'll give you a little quote. Hi, my name is Quanda R. Graves, better known as Until, and I'm not for everybody.
.com. Right. So it's like if you want tacos, don't go to McDonald's.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
I would tell people that all the time. I said, don't get the girl don't get a girl that you want the opposite of.
Right. Okay. We have had a fabulous time. I've got 1 minute and 40 seconds or something like that. Facebook Live, hang with me just for a minute or two. But Miss Quanda Graves has been here with us. And, well, before you go, I need you to tell the people how can they get your book, how can they get the tea, how can they get the cards, how can they get with you to get some of those
So the
things?
cards that you'll see, because some of you didn't get a chance to see them.
Okay.
You can go to qssimpletreasures.blogspot.com. That's qssimpletreasures.blogspot.com. And if you want to get the book or just see excerpts on them before you even purchase, you can go to ijtw.blogspot.com. I just want to write ijwtw.blogspot.com. And if you ever want to check out articles from the California Crusader newspaper, which you should sign up to get digital on your email, it's calcruisenews.com. You will always check out Until's articles, Quanda R. Graves articles. One is coming out next week. Marie.
Oh my goodness, a fabulous show. If you listen,
Thank you.
I know you got something. I know you have. You got inspired, you got encouraged, and so I want to thank you, Ms. Quanda, for being here, for all that you've done and what you're going to do, and being with our listeners. This is the Encouragement Show, the place to talk about your passions, your products, and your possibilities. I want you to join me Tuesday morning, 6:30 a.m. for your Tuesday morning encouragement. And if you have a book, a business, a product, a service that you want the world to know about, consider being a sponsor of the Encouragement Show. I can guarantee you that we have a package that will fit your pocket. And with that, I want to say thank you to my guest, Quanda Graves. Check out her merchandise. But I want to say to you, as I always say, as we close out, remember, greatness is not your destination, it's your transportation.
Ooh.
You have a great, you like that, huh?
I
You put that on the cup. And we want to thank you for being with us at the Encouragement Show. This is the place to talk about your passions, products, and possibilities. My name is Dwayne Shigg. You stay encouraged.
Woo! This show.
To my Facebook Live family, I want to thank you for being with us. I want to thank you. If you just came in, you didn't get all of it, you can check this out at the top on my Facebook page, or my name, Dwayne Shigg, or you can go to Your Encouragement. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel later in the week. And so you can get that information. If you have some questions that you want to ask of me or my guests, you can shoot those questions and we'll get them, we'll answer them next week. Excuse me, you can shoot them to drshigg@gmail.com. That's drshigg@gmail.com. And I'm appreciative. I just want to let you know, my grandfather says people don't have to be nice, and when they are, you ought to say thank you. I'm saying thank you to all of you who have continued to watch the show and listen to the show, KLIQradio.com, Ustream.tv, and Facebook Live. So I thank you. Hit me up on my email or leave a comment on Facebook just to let me know what you think about the show, if it helped you, and different things of that nature, because I want to make sure that I'm doing my job. And remember, you can get your copy of my book. Go get it, Stories and Steps to See Success. You can go to Amazon.com, in the search engine, put in Go Get It, and my name, Dwayne Shigg. You can check me out on my YouTube page, Dwayne E. Shigg, Words of Encouragement, Dwayne Shigg, Encouragement. Just put Dwayne Shigg in there. You won't have to worry about it because there's nobody else on there named Dwayne Shigg. And so you don't have to worry about that. And when you go to Amazon, there's only 3 people on there with that name, me, my brother, and my cousin. So you don't have to worry about it. But thank you so much for being with us. Continue to stay encouraged. This is the Encouragement Show, the place to talk about your passions, products, and possibilities. And I want to have you remember, just because others don't see it doesn't mean you can't be it. Stay encouraged. Be blessed.